morning, high schoolers of Jefferson High School. Good morning, high schoolers of Jefferson High School.
Good morning, Miss Pezzo.
Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Miss Pezzo, and I am one of the school counselors here. And I'm going to be presenting to you guys a lecture on unhealthy relationships. I know a lot of you guys are starting to or have had boyfriends and girlfriends, and I just want to give you guys a few early warning signs so that you know how to identify whether situations are unhealthy and should not be tolerated. So, what does abuse look like? So I'm going to show you a series of 4 or 5 pictures, and then I just want you guys to tell me if you think whoever is in this picture could potentially be a victim of abuse. So this picture, based on this picture, do we think that she could be abused by someone?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, pretty clearly.
Okay, thank you, Austin. Okay, what about this guy right here? She's clearly yelling at him. Do we think that this could be a case of abuse?
Yes.
Good, sure.
Could be. Yes, why do you say that, Austin?
Because she's yelling, but maybe he just didn't do the dishes.
Okay, perhaps, yeah, I mean, he
She's
might be right. We really don't know, right?
She's just upset that day. It's not like full picture, you know?
Yeah, I think it's important to show this picture because a lot of people have the misconception that men cannot be abused by their female partners. But that is
A lie.
correct. What about this one? We
Oh,
reverse the roles.
Yeah, she looks upsetting spaghetti.
Okay, what if she just didn't do the dishes?
That seems really aggressive for not doing the dishes.
Okay,
He just seems full rage, you know?
Yes.
He's even clawed, like he's
He's kind of
clawed out.
Yeah, he's getting ready.
To hit her.
Correct.
Side one.
Okay, what about these people? Do you think they could be in an abusive relationship?
They definitely could be. They don't look like it. They look pretty happy, but it could be abusive. I don't know.
I like your
I
answer.
can't see her
You
other
never know.
side.
I
you
like
know?
your
It's
answer
just one
because
photo.
you never know. You know, people can look happy most of the time. A lot of times abusive relationships happen behind closed doors and people don't suspect that they are in abusive relationships. So who can unhealthy relationships be between? It can be between married partners, boyfriend, girlfriends, even classmates or work environments, family members, and friends. You can pretty much have it anywhere with anyone, right? Who can be a victim of abuse?
Everyone.
Exactly. No one is safe from being a victim of abuse. Okay, what are the types of abuse? Does anyone know
Emotional
the
abuse.
certain types of abuse?
Emotional abuse, physical
Physical
abuse, mental abuse.
And there's multiple more. The 2 that we're going to be focusing on today are physical and emotional. Emotional abuse is also referred to as psychological abuse. So just keep that in mind. So again, we have our physical and our emotional. Physical is defined as any intentional act causing injury or trauma to another person by way of bodily contact. Both a spouse and children may be victims of physical abuse, as in a child abuse or domestic violence against an adult or live-in partner. Emotional abuse is defined as emotional abuse is any type of abuse that involves the continual emotional mistreatment of a person. It's sometimes called psychological abuse. Emotional abuse can involve deliberately trying to scare, humiliate, isolate, or ignore someone. So for this one, we're going to start with an activity. Right here, I have different behaviors, and I want you guys to place it whether you think it's a physical abuse or if you think it's an emotional abuse. So we're going to go in order, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to keep on going. So let's say, what is your name? I'm sorry.
Ron.
Ron. Okay, let's say Ron here is thinks that something is physical abuse, right? But Austin over here thinks, well, no, Ron, this is emotional. So Austin can either choose on his turn to choose from here, or he can move Ron's choice and put it over here. Okay? And then we keep going until we're all in agreement. Okay? So Ron, I'm going to actually, sorry. I'm going to have you start.
Oh, no.
So you can go ahead and get up and then pick one of the Post-its and then go ahead and start with the activity.
Okay, this is pretty easy right here. Oh.
Okay.
It's pretty physical.
Yeah.
Your name is?
Felicia.
Okay, go ahead, Felicia. Austin?
I'm Austin.
Yes, okay. So Ron picked pulling hair. He thinks it's physical. Felicia picked threatening. She thinks that's emotional. And Austin just picked physical. Spitting on someone. Okay.
Let's see. There's something to pick.
We got another one for emotional. That's stalking. Okay. Physical, burning.
Just pick the easiest one. Hitting.
Hitting, physical.
Just
Okay.
read Physical abuse.
Right.
We should be laughing during this.
Yeah, we should be serious.
Emotional, controlling. Emotional, blames you for everything. Physical, name calling.
I believe that 100%.
Go ahead.
That's fine. Yeah, so we can
Slapping,
change it. That's the
physical.
thing, you know?
Felicia is changing name calling to emotional. Okay.
Felicia's just abused. That's a lot of emotion.
Emotional, belittling. Shaking is in the middle. It could be physical or emotional. Does everyone agree with
No.
everything put on there? It looks like that's the last sticking.
It is. Yeah.
Yep.
Is shaking like we're shaking them?
Yes.
Not like they're just shaking because you were yelling at them?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Are we good? Do we agree?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm just gonna pick on Felicia here because she changed one. So I noticed you changed name calling from physical to emotional. Why did you do that?
There's no physical harm that comes from name calling.
Yeah, good job. So if you notice the physical ones, it's anything physical. I'm glad you guys got the spitting on because I did want to let you guys know, I don't want to say it's a fun fact, but actually like throwing water or anything on a human being is considered a physical assault. So I'm glad you guys picked that one. That concludes
Top of the
this
class.
activity. Good job. Yes, you guys are very smart and it looks like you guys know what you're talking about. Okay. So now we have a flashcard activity. And I am going to give you each one of these. So you're going to have green, yellow, and red. Okay.
Don't try.
And green, I want you to see as behaviors that you think are healthy. Yellow are behaviors that could be abuse, but could not, also not be abuse. And this is what I'm looking for. And then of course red is unhealthy, right? Clear and obvious sign that this is unhealthy. So I'm going to tell you scenarios and you just hold up the card that you believe is correct. Okay, he never lets me see his phone, yet I am not allowed to have a passcode on mine. Can you show us what color? Okay.
I feel like
So
I'm
Austin
grown
has
and this is
red.
bad.
Can you guys just turn it to the side so that we know for the camera actually? We have two reds and one yellow.
What?
Felicia, why did you put yellow?
The way that you said it, it was just, she said she wasn't necessarily allowed to see his phone. Does that mean he has a passcode on his? Because it just might be like a, do you trust me type of thing, which I don't know. I know,
It's okay. It's okay. Let her speak. Let her speak.
I was trying not to jump the gun.
She's allowed to have her opinions. Go ahead.
I just feel like you needed a bigger picture, that's all.
Okay. And I saw Ron shaking his head over here. So Ron,
Did
why
I?
did you say no?
Did I? It's not, I mean, it's not right to have one person have digital privacy and not the other in the relationship.
Yes. I think the important part is the second part where it says I'm not allowed to have a passcode on mine.
Absolutely.
So yeah, in case you guys didn't get it, we're heading more towards unhealthy versus healthy relationships and not necessarily signs of abuse. Okay? So the second one that I have is he did not kiss me on our first date. Okay, we have 2 yellows. Austin, why did you put yellow?
Because it's not bad, right? Maybe you're just not at that state, but it's not like, dang, what a great date, no kiss. It's like in the middle. I don't know what to say.
Okay, Ron, why did you put red?
No, I think green.
Oh, you picked green.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because it's not abusive.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a sign of unhealthiness,
Right.
If maybe the date didn't go that well, and
Maybe he's
you're
not
probably not
interested.
going to go on a second date, but it's not.
I thought they were
sign.
in a relationship, so you said that.
But it's a first
No.
date.
So that would make sense.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
kiss him on the first date, but like, if it didn't go well and there's not a second date, then do I care? What? I thought it was like we're in a relationship, but they didn't kiss me on the first date.
Okay. We're gonna move on. I feel like I can't trust my best friend because she tells everyone my secrets.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we got 3 reds here. Looks like we're all in agreement. Yes, you should be able to trust your best friend, right? Maybe if you can't trust your friend with basic secrets, they might not be the healthiest of relationships. Every time Juan is with his friends, they spend all day making fun of his weight. Do you think Juan is in a healthy relationship with all his friends? What color is that? Yellow. We got 2 yellows and a red. I noticed that we have a gender difference here.
Yep.
Austin, why do you think that that's borderline?
Because I probably for more guy relationships, making fun of each other, just kind of what you do. It's kind of funny as long as he's not sitting there actively upset. Like if he came in and he was like, "Hey, I really hate it when you guys make fun of my weight," and they kept doing it, I would give it red.
Okay.
But if they just made fun of it and then it was like, and he's laughing, and we're all having a good time, it's probably not that bad.
It's not a good friendship if you don't make fun of your friends.
Yeah.
Oh.
True.
Okay. Felicia, you picked red. I'm assuming you think that.
They actually might be right. I think it's a gender thing.
She's
Girls
changing it.
Girls are more sensitive about their
People aren't going to abuse.
weight.
Okay, let's let our classmates speak.
I feel like girls are more sensitive about their weight, and most other girls know that. So just in general, saying anything even once about somebody's weight in a derogatory manner instead of a constructive one, I believe is considered some form of emotional abuse or bullying.
Okay. After work, my girlfriend checks my checkout time, meaning the time that he leaves work, and calculates how long it should take me to get home. She gets mad when I'm 5 minutes late. We got all reds here. Good job. This is not a healthy relationship. My uncle creeps me out whenever he comes over. He always says, "Wow, you're turning into such a beautiful woman," and then proceeds to tell me the whole time I'm there. He's there. I got 3 reds. Yes.
That sounds like grooming.
Austin, we can talk after class, okay? My boyfriend told me he prefers me to go home to him after work rather than going out to drink with my friends when I'm off at 11 p.m. Okay, I see all yellows. Ron, why did you pick yellow?
Herd mentality.
Okay.
It's the one with the group.
Okay, Austin, do you have anything to add?
Oh yeah, because like, it's like kind of bad because it's like, hey, you should let her go out and be with her friends, or let him go out and be with his friends. But it's also like, what if they just want you to be home with them? You know, so it's not like horrendous, but it's not like
Sometimes
good.
there's a line between care and control,
Yeah.
so it just depends on.
Yeah,
the
it depends
side
on
of
the
that line
situation,
you're on.
right? Is this a single event, or
Yeah, if it's
is
like
this
all the time,
he doesn't
never,
want me to go out with anyone? Okay, my best friend George gets so mad at me when I hang out with my new friend Joe. I feel like I have to hide hanging out with Joe and hope George doesn't find out. Okay, all reds. Felicia, why did you pick red?
The end part of what you said sounds like she's already made the decision to hide him like the entire time, which I think is unhealthy because it just aids in the other person's suspicion and causes an unhealthy situation.
Okay. Anything you want to add to that, Austin?
It's just not probably good if your friend's just mad at you hanging out with someone else. They should probably sit down and talk about why they're so upset at having another friend. Is it because they're jealous? Or is it because that friend's like maybe actually a bad influence on them? They should probably hash that out.
Yeah. My girlfriend gets jealous when my ex-girlfriend, who used to also be my best friend, talks to me. So it's taking a while.
Can you repeat it?
Yes, of course. My girlfriend gets jealous when my ex-girlfriend, who used to also be my best friend, talks to me. Is that a yellow I see over there? 2 yellows, 1 red. Why don't you think that's okay, Ron?
Can you repeat that one more time?
My girlfriend gets jealous when my ex-girlfriend, who used to also be my best friend, talks to me.
I guess you just shouldn't be jealous if another person's talking to her. Even if they have something bad going, like she's an ex-girlfriend for a reason, but still, she shouldn't be jealous.
Okay. And then Felicia, why did you choose yellow?
Once again, I think it's that line. It depends on the type of relationship they had beforehand. Jealousy is understandable in some situations because if she's talking to her in the same way, you don't want to feel insecure in your relationship because they're still talking in like a flirty manner.
Yeah. And then last one, my boyfriend once accidentally hit me in the face when I was tickling him. Okay, Austin, why are you laughing and why did you pick green?
I'm laughing because I know someone who that has happened to, and it's green because it's clearly an accident. They were in distress from being tickled, and their arms went, ah. It wasn't like he hurt.
Yeah, of course. Again, it goes back to it happened once. It was an accident. It was not intentional.
Yeah, if every time she tickled it, he took the opportunity to
Good point. Okay, so what if in this lesson or prior to you realize, hey, maybe I am in an unhealthy relationship, what are my options? Or if you know somebody that is, I think it's important to point out that it's not always easy for them to just leave. You always hear why doesn't she just leave or why doesn't he just leave? It's not always that easy, especially if when you guys are older, children are involved or other
finances and stuff.
finances, correct. If you want to talk to someone, we are always available for you to speak with. So you're always welcome to make an appointment with me if you feel comfortable speaking with me, or you can always speak to your designated school counselor here and make an appointment with them. I did want to point out this. This is the family child abuse for Riverside County CPS because that is where we are right now. So I want you guys to write this down. I want you to write down all of these, just in case you ever need to go back to it. Okay, thank you. So if you think or you know of a friend or something or yourself is involved with CPS, you guys are not 18 yet. So you guys are still technically children. I know you guys don't like to be referred to that, but this would be for that if mom and dad is doing something that is not okay for them to be doing. As far as your partner, this is the National Teen Dating Abuse Helpline. You can either call 1-800-799-SAFE or go to loveisrespect.org. They'd be happy to help you. And then we have nodbla.org. That is for Los Angeles. That's another website or resource that you guys can use. And then we have our references that we use today, but you guys don't care about that. So that concludes my lesson. Thank you guys for letting me speak to you.